before we begin the installation of Matplotlib, make sure you have internet connection. And as you can see in my case, so I'm going to head over to my commands prompt. I'm going to type cmd, then I'm going to hit enter. So inside of this my command prompt, so I'm going to type our pip. We're going to install our Matplotlib. So if the name is actually confusing you a little bit, you can just copy the name maybe from somewhere else of your choice. So pip install Matplotlib. The reason why I did this because I'm storing it globally. So if you created a visual environment, make sure to actually put it in your visual environment. So just hit enter. So we're just going to give it a little bit of time. Remember, in my case, we already have it already installed. You can see requirement to be certified. With this is going to actually install NumPy for you. Pillow, definitely must install Pillow because Pillow is actually make use of Matplotlib actually make use of this of the Pillow to actually render that of the image. So Pillow is actually required, and then you can see the Matplotlib already have it, and they can see the version which you can see. No, that's not the version. So I'm still going to check that of the version. So and some other things that got installed, this Python date util and bypassing. These are just some of the and also that of the NumPy. So these are just some of the things that Matplot tend to actually make use of. So in your case, since in my case the requirement already satisfies, I'm good to go. So I don't need to actually install anything like that, anything again. So in a case whereby you're interested in actually checking the version of your Matplotlib that you actually make use of, you can check it on this of the terminal, or is that can actually head over to that of your where you are going to write the script. Then we are going to actually import it to know actually whatever the configuration we actually set properly and everything actually work well. Then from there you can actually check that of the the version, and then you can kick off. So let me just close this. Since I'm using VS Code, you can VS Code. Okay, let me go over. This is the where is that VS Code? Yeah, this is it. So I'm using VS Code. I don't know in your case, you might be using some other stuff of your maybe other IDE of your choice. So let me actually add a folder. I created a folder that I actually called it machine learning tutorial because this Matplotlib is going to be part of our machine learning series. So let me just actually add it. So since actually let me just create a new file inside of it. I'm going to call it Matplot and can call it tutorial. So this is where we're going to write most of our Matplotlib. So as you can see now, everything I've loaded up successfully. So the first thing we want to do is actually to import our Matplot and then beep. So let's actually run this to see whether if we, maybe we run into any error or everything. You see here we run the import and then everything runs successfully without any this signifies that our Matplotlib was actually installed successfully. So in the case if we want to check the version, we can see that of the print, which is our Matplotlib that we actually imported. So I'm going to say dot underscore what version underscore simple that to check the version of the model that you have. So we're expecting to get an output down here. You can say so what I have now is Matplotlib of version 3.10.7. So in your case it might be a little bit different. So it doesn't really matter as far as you can do some of the things that we're going to do. So and for like remember in this of our when I talked about this of a Matplotlib, I came in contact with this of the Pyplot. So this Pyplot is more like a sub, like I said, it's more like a sub module inside of this or the Matplotlib that is actually helping that of the rendering of that of the graphs itself. So to actually make use of it, because that's basically how actually most of the time actually being used. So you can say import Matplotlib dot word that of the Pyplot. You can actually try to give it a name because if you don't actually give it a name, anytime you want to make use of this Matplotlib the Pyplot, you need to actually call the full Matplotlib. So most of the time, most data scientists guys mostly just give it PLT. So remember that I can give it a name of your choice. You can actually call me, I write Ezee. So it doesn't really matter, any one of your choice. So but with this, it makes things a little bit easier. So anytime we say PLT, you know that we're actually referring to this Matplot dot Pyplot. So we're going to actually do a simple example and try to see how it's actually being done. So let's say an example, we have that of the x, and then we'll have a list. Let's say we want it to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we'll have that of the, let's just copy this. It's going to be a little bit similar. So let's just say y, because know that our graph is mainly comprises of that of the x and that of the y. We know, let's say in this my VS Code, this on top here, this is where this little icon is. If you are following this my, because so on top here it is actually 0, meaning that from here is x to this particular point, and from this point down is actually our y. Think of it like the normal graph will print in our elementary. So I don't know why this should be hard for some of us. So think of it like just normal graph that goes like this. Like this is the y axis, this is the x axis down. I hope you are following this. So this is the x axis and this is the y axis. So just simple as that. What have I done? So to actually get the graph, actually you can say that of the plt dot what want to plot. What do you want to plot? We want to plot the x and that of the y, simple as that. And then we need to actually show what we want to actually plot. So we can say our plt dot show. This is actually really important. This is actually similar in case of that of the Kinta. So plt is dot show is actually really important. So let's actually why is it wasting time? Okay, you can see that this is the first plot that we actually have. This is our y, like I said, this is our y, and this is of our x down here. So when you look at it, you can see what we have here. As you move, it's going to automatically detect your cursor movement, and then it's going to know where your x and y is. So when we look at here, this should be, I assume that our y is let's say 4, yeah, because that's where 4 is. This should be 4. And where is our x? Our x should be maybe not up to 1, or maybe you can say 1. But when we move, the x increases, but the y will keep remaining the same. So you can see they just the normal basic graph that we actually have, and they'll have this of the straight line that actually signify this that actually goes. So this is more like a linear type of graph that actually went straight, meaning that as s is increasing, y is also actually increasing. So we hope that's just simple linear. If it's not linear, let's say for let me close this. Let's say for example, remember this is actually linear. Let's say in a situation whereby our x is 1, our y is 1, and then our s is 2, and our y maybe something like 4, and then our x is 3. Maybe our y, the values of our y tend to deviate. Let's say here is now maybe something like 7, as if when it's 3, here is 7, and then after that it went down again. It just gets things complicated. Let's actually run it and see the way our graph is now going to be pointed. Just for you to actually fully understand this, just have that idea of how you can see this. Let's actually tend to understand this a little bit, what actually happens.